All right, I'm hitting unknown territory with this one because I have no idea about these two characters. Yes, I knew about the Avatar show, but that was one I never really dove much into. That was my brother. My brother loved, he probably still do now. He loved Avatar, bro. He watched the heck out of it. He would have a better answer to this than I would. My Hero Academia, no, don't know much about that either. So this is, yeah, I just... territory, I'll have no idea. I can't even give you an answer. Well, I will give you an answer because that's what I do before I start watching. Is because my brother loves Avatar, I'm gonna go for what's his name? Zuko, excuse me. Zuko. But I have no idea if this is a legit good answer or not. So let's get right into it. I was asked to check it out, and I always say, even if I don't know the characters, this is a cool idea for me to learn. You know, more about the franchise, about the character and all that. So even if I don't know, it's still fun. So I'm going to go with Zuko in honor of my brother here. But I could be far from the I could be far wrong, but who knows? We'll see. Let me know who you think in the comments below. Shout out to Death Battles. I'll put the original video description below.
With all those cool anime heroes out there, there's bound to be plenty with angsty daddy issues.
You mean like you?
Don't be silly, Wiz. I'm not an anime character. Like Prince Zuko, the firebending hunter of the Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Like I've seen him before, but I don't know how good he is because I haven't watched the show.
My Hero Academia.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our
and I know even less about My Hero Academia.
To find out who would win a death battle. Water, earth, fire, air. The four elemental nations once coexisted peacefully. Then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Yeah, the cranky old Fire Lord went and conquered basically the whole world.
And 100 years later, the equally powerful Master of Fire, Ozai, continued that tyranny. Many believed his...
Oh, looking at this is reminding me of the last Airbender movie. Woo! Talk about dropping the ball, bro. My brother was excited. We went to see... I don't really go to 3D movies. We went to see it in 3D. He wanted to and all that stuff. And you talk about disappointment, bro. That movie was cringy, rough. And this is from someone who didn't even know anything about Avatar. I looked at him and even he was like, my bad. Because I was like, this is Avatar? He was like, no, the TV show, they're disrespecting the TV show. Oh my goodness, the acting choices was bad. It was just all around bad. That was... And it wasn't just my brother. It was a lot of people. I mean, probably to this day, a lot of people who are huge fans of Avatar. And that last Airbender movie, I'm pretty sure left a lot of people salty. My brother was not happy. My brother's never apologized to go see a movie outside of that. That was the only one in life. He was like, because I just looked at him. He was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, this is the Avatar? He was like, no. They're just taking the names and putting their own little thing and it's terrible. But yeah, talk about dropping the ball. That last Airbender movie, whoo, that stunk.
Zuko.
That was terrible.
Fire Dad was way too ego crazy for that. He drove Azula mad, even though he did clearly favor her. Poor little Zuko got screwed over from the beginning.
Can you imagine your dad saying that while your sister was born lucky, you were just lucky to be born?
Sorry.
I can't imagine my dad saying anything to me.
Oh, right. Well, despite this, Zuko was desperate to prove himself. What a fine work ethic.
But he screwed up by talking out of turn in a big boy meeting. So naturally, his dad took him aside, sat him down, and taught him the importance of respecting others. Oh wait, just kidding. He burned his friggin' face off.
I was about to say, so what happened to his eye?
Holy shit.
With his new scar came a new mission. Zuko would hunt down the elusive Avatar, the one threat to his nation's rule, to prove himself to his father and regain his honor.
Which is just a nice way of saying he was banished so he could never come back. Just like my dad didn't.
Though, frankly, Zuko did have the talent and training he needed to capture someone even as powerful as the Avatar.
Damn right, he's a fighting pro. The dude's strong enough to shatter metal chains with a kick. He's super skilled with martial arts, dual swords, and oh yeah, firebending.
As a firebender, Zuko harnesses the light of the sun to summon flames from thin air. Wherever fire remains alight in an area that's not
Those
too
are some
cold,
cool powers
he can
to have,
manipulate
bro.
Bend it to his will.
Which one would y'all
I had to
choose
think
in here?
between swirling
Water,
around,
earth,
tossing
or
a few
fire?
rocks, or farting hot air all the time.
That's
I
a
would
tough
definitely
decision.
go with firebending. It literally means you're a living flamethrower.
Plus, it's surprisingly versatile. Aside from simply creating, launching, and moving flames, firebending can be used to heat objects, melt.
I might
ice
choose
prisons,
water,
and
to be
even
real with
defy
you.
gravity.
Fire
That
looks
guy
cooler, but
flying
water seems
with
more
fire? Awesome.
efficient.
How does that even work?
Well, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Or
Those are
airbending, let
long.
me know.
By creating a rapid series of explosions an inch or so away from the palm, the air in between the hand and fire is launched toward the user.
That's
thereby
pretty
creating
sick.
Propulsion.
Yeah, firebending isn't just about creating fire. It's about creating a bunch of it. So Zuko can make large, long-lasting walls of flame to protect himself and keep enemies at a distance. That stuff's hot, you know.
Yeah, it's fire. You know, I've actually rigged up my arm to replicate the technique of firebending. Dummy, if you'd please.
Another test. How thrilling.
Now, this isn't as simple as just pointing and shooting. Firebenders fuel their flames with their own breath. And using it at all requires a fierce understanding of martial arts.
What are you trying to do, the Macarena?
Zuko's favorite form, the dancing dragon, draws primarily from northern Shaolin Kung Fu.
That's a Chinese martial art that's all about agility, wide stances, and aggressive attacks. A perfect mix of speed and strength.
Like this. Whoa!
Whiz, why?
Ha ha ha.
Anyway, the fire that benders like Zuko can generate is extremely hot, capable of melting through a cast iron door hot. This would need to be over 1200 degrees Celsius.
And while Sozin's comet was boosting his powers, Zuko's uncle Iroh blasted apart the giant outer wall of Ba Sing Se. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Until Iroh comes a-knockin'. I mean, that's like the thickest wall I've ever seen. Second only to the emotional walls between me and my dad.
Even without Sozin's comet, which only appears once every 100 years, Zuko has more than enough firepower to level a building. That's no laughing matter for any person or building.
He's even quick enough to catch lightning and use his fire powers to redirect it.
I didn't know
wherever he
they had
wants it to go.
electric
Kapow!
bending.
Suck it, Dad.
So,
Oh, shoot,
and
wait,
air
did he just shoot
bending,
his
fire,
gun with lightning?
water, and electric.
Zuko's
Okay, I didn't know
quest for the
that.
Avatar led him down a different path than he expected.
And
Inspired
Earth.
by his kind uncle and the Avatar himself, he joined the heroes on a new journey, one of self-discovery.
Yeah, turns out he didn't need his dad's approval after all. He just needed to approve himself. Now that's character development.
Zuko's definitely had a heated redemption arc, and now that he's the Fire Daddy, Fire Lord, his honor keeps burning brighter.
Are you crushing on Zuko?
What? No.
Seemed like he had a really good character arc here.
Everybody
I'm interested to see him more, like to actually watch the show to see his story. The character art looked really good.
Welcome to a world where the supernatural is natural, where more than 80% of the
Like
population
I know I was
possesses
focusing on his
superhuman
powers,
abilities
but
known as
seeing his story
quirks.
there is very
Because everyone
interesting
loves
in
to
a good
game
way.
a system, there's a superhero leaderboard. At the very top of it stands the ultimate hero, All Might.
All Might's feats and reputation were incredible, a true symbol of.
I was just about to call him
everyone.
Mighty
That
Man,
is,
but it's
everyone
All
except the
Might.
hero
I told you I don't know this
at
franchise
rank
too
number
well.
2.
That's Endeavor, and he vowed to surpass All Might.
I was about to
but his
embarrass myself
literal
and be like,
firepower
Mighty
was
Man,
just never
and then they
enough.
say All Might, and
If he
I'm
couldn't do it himself, he would
Hide in my
vicariously
face.
through his own air. Thus, he made the desperate decision to arrange a quirk marriage.
Basically, he paid a family off to get a wife with an ice quirk and popped out kids until he got the right quirk combo. Gross. Feel like I need a shower.
After 4 attempts, they finally spawned the
Hey.
child he was looking for, Shoto Todoroki.
Half cold, half hot. Literally, right side's ice like his mom, and left side's fire like his dad.
Endeavor quickly separated young Todoroki from his supposedly lesser siblings, ruthlessly training him to become the most powerful hero in history.
that's cold, bro. Knowing your
Surprise!
father only
Things
wanted
didn't
you for
go
the
so well.
this situation, not because he
drove
loves
Shoto's
you.
mom totally insane until she broke.
Pouring boiling water on her son's left side because it reminded her too much of him.
Goodness
Okay,
gracious.
This is getting
Crazy
super heavy
family,
for a
bro.
colorful cartoon about superpowers and frog people.
Fortunately, Todoroki never truly fell for his father's disgusting manipulation. He attended UA High School, a hero academy, and worked to use his power for good.
But just his mom's power. Why use fire when you can stick it to the man? The man being a big scary fire dad over there. Anyone else notice his facial hair is made of fire?
He looks psychotic.
From his right side, Todoroki can summon intense bouts of cold, freezing the air or even creating massive glaciers of ice.
Talk about overkill! And like a good edgy teen, Shoto named this super iceberg something badass. Heaven-piercing ice wall!
Dang, that seemed like
Oh,
more
you
than
can just
Sub-Zero
taste
could
the
do.
self-loathing.
Or Iceman.
He can create sheets
Well,
of
no,
ice to fly
Iceman
on
probably
or
do something
propel
like
himself
that
forward
quickly.
as if riding a Healy. While he can't manipulate the ice after he's launched it, he has extremely precise control over its initial release. He can even freeze opponents so thoroughly that they are frozen both inside and out, effortlessly causing necrosis and shattering body parts.
Seriously,
Dang.
that's so dark. It's chilling. Talk about having a cold shoulder.
But Todoroki has a problem. While he is highly resistant to cold, he's not immune.
Here I am. Guess I'll die.
Oh, I won't be needing you this time, dummy.
Genuine joy.
Casting too much ice from his right side will cause his body temperature to drop until he falls unconscious, potentially even suffering frostbite.
I mean, it takes freezing an entire building before side effects even start to show up, so it's not all. Why'd you even make the stupid robot?
That's why Endeavor chose to mix ice with fire. See, he had the same problem with his own fire quirk, but with cold and hot combined, they could counter each other's weaknesses.
Thankfully, Shoto met a friend who helped show him that his fire wasn't his father's, it was his own. You
That's a
tell
cool
him,
power to
Deku.
have, though, to have
Finally,
to
the
take control
full
of both
power
of them.
Icy Hut was unleashed.
I don't know, he might
Help
win
him
this death
back.
battle.
Just hurts from carrying the show.
While he's much less proficient with fire given his lack of experience with it, this half of his quirk is identical to Endeavor's. His fire is hot enough to melt Tetsu Tetsu, whose body can turn to steel, which means it can reach temperatures over 1600 degrees.
He can blast fire like a raging inferno, form walls of flame to
Excuse me.
block off areas, and use his evil dead
Yeah, I like
signature
him.
technique, flash fire.
Flash fire
Yeah,
is
this-
a method of
that's
compressing
cool to
flame
have
under
both
super
abilities
hot
like that.
temperatures before releasing it in a single strike. Endeavor can also shape his fire, use it to cling to
Like I said, I
walls
chose
and
Zuko
fly.
because my brother
Not
loves
even if he is a
Avatar,
huge
but I ain't know
kid,
much of
Endeavor
him,
was
of this
King
character, I
Red.
mean.
Fire and
Yeah,
ice
I don't know, he
combined,
might
but
win
both
this.
Quirks at their best. Shoto's one of the best in his class, taking hits from a tank like Deku, fighting top-tier foes like Stain, and keeping up with classmates like Bakugo and Tokoyami, who can block Kaminari's electricity.
And while he's often criticized for relying too much on his
1.3
quirk,
million
Todoroki
volts,
is
goodness
incredibly
gracious.
smart and a quick thinker, reading and setting traps for his opponents in the blink of an eye.
And after all that
Yeah, I think I
he
might have lost
finally
this
patched
battle.
things up with his mom. And
I like
somehow
Zuko
even
as a
inspired
character,
his dad
but
to
these
try and
powers
be a better
are
person.
impressive.
What a nice story. I wish he could inspire my dad too. Not Mama though. She's already perfect.
Well on his way to becoming a successful hero, Shoto Todoroki no longer fights in spite of his father, but for himself and the sake of others.
I wanted to. I'll be a hero.
All right, here we go.
All right.
A villain? You'll pay for that.
No, wait. I'm not the bad guy here. I mean, not anymore.
Your actions say otherwise.
He was like, bro, I was training. It was like, goodness gracious.
Like my father. I'll prove I'm better than both of you.
Like, bro, I was not even doing anything bad. I was training.
What's the matter? Melting under pressure? He's just...
Like me.
Use some ice powers, bro. There you go. Yeah, I like that. Like, ability-wise, to have the power of both. Slide around like Iceman and throw fireballs at the same time. That's sick.
No, my cabbages!
I never intended to finish you with fire. You could obviously block it. But not this. It's over.
Uh-oh. Yep,
I
this
don't care how
weakness.
much power
Uh-oh.
you have. I know who I am. I will win.
Okay, maybe I was right.
To go beyond.
The animation just
I
changed.
am the Fire Lord. I will win this for my honor.
Dang, that's pretty sick. Woo! Goodbye. Dang, bro.
Apologies.
Considering they were kids, I didn't know they was going to kill them off like that.
Cool as hell.
They was going to like have them stop and like, okay, you're better, but
Grieving
nah, Death Battle don't care. They like, hey, it's called Death Battles. If you're a kid, you just got to face the consequences if you lose.
Athleticism and lightning-fast reflexes meant that if he could get close to Todoroki, he could likely end the fight pretty quick.
But Shoto's no slouch. The guy may be better at long range, but he's been in scraps before. Like with the super fast, super deadly hero killer Stain. And with all that ice popping up everywhere and his own super sliding and boosting skills, Shoto made it hard for Zuko to get close for long.
Plus, the speed difference wasn't all that drastic. Todoroki's fellow student Tokoyami's Dark Shadow blocked Kaminari's electricity after it had been fired. Quirks are not magic, and there are very few ways for electricity to travel through the air. Lightning is essentially an ionized path that electricity travels through. Kaminari's quirk must use the same method.
Dark Shadow blocked Kaminari, Bakugo dodged Dark Shadow, and Todoroki can match Bakugo in a fight. Bada bing, bada boom, that's lightning fast reflexes, baby.
While Zuko certainly had more control over fire, Todoroki could easily repel his firebending with his own flames, not to mention the clear difference in temperature. Zuko may be skilled with fire, but he's not immune to it, nor did he have any reliable counter for fast and massive ice attacks.
We don't even need
Yeah,
to bust
that's
out
the thing that made me
calculator for
think,
this one,
okay,
Wiz. That
Zuko
stadium
might
is
lose
circled
this.
by a 4-kilometer trek. That's huge. And the edgy ice wall covered almost half of it in less than a second. Zuko didn't have that kind of power spread.
Yes, I know fire melts ice, but not instantly when it comes to gigantic glaciers. Plus, firebending becomes much more difficult in cold temperatures. Sure, Zuko's melted through ice prisons before, but only ones where he could still move or at least breathe. Remember, firebending requires breath and movement. When Azula was trapped in an ice prison so compact she couldn't move or breathe, she was helpless.
But like, Shoto could just freeze over Zuko's insides anyway. No way he was surviving that.
Zuko might have been an admirable bender and adorable fan favorite, but Todoroki's overwhelming ice, versatile defense, and incredible power were just too much to handle.
Zuko aimed for success, but his opponent Shoto put him on ice.
The winner is Shoto Todoroki.
All right, well, they both were cool. I do want to check out Zuko's storyline. Cause that character arc, like I actually want to watch. That made me want to watch Avatar, to see more of his story, because Zuko's story did seem very interesting. Both of theirs do, but Zuko was like, it intrigued me to go and watch Avatar now. So hey, they both look cool. And let me know in the comment section who else you want me to see, even if I don't know, because just like this one, I can learn something and be like, huh, I want to dive into that. And seeing Zuko really makes me want to dive into Avatar and know more about him, especially seeing how, you know, he winds up on top. I want to see his process. But let me know in the comment section how you felt about this. All right, I'll see you later.